Well, you got to start somewhere, though. When this thing was passed, I was told it'd save me $2,500. I was told I could keep my doctor. None of that has worked out. You ask anybody in medicine, this thing hasn't worked.
Wrong.
Okay.
I don't know what you were personally told. I can't believe you were told.
The President of the United States said, hold on a second. The President of the United States said you're going to keep your doctor and you're going to save on average $2,500. Now, I know people in social services, patients, people that have Medicaid, I mean, they're being turned away now. They got to go back to the emergency rooms, which is running up costs.
People, you can come up with your anecdotes. I know the mail I get. I know the calls I get. I know the pleas I get from people. The president erred when he said that about you can keep your doctor. Most people could. Some couldn't. That was a mistake. That was
kind of the main part of the plan. Plus, the Supreme Court had to rule it as a tax and not something else. That's how it got through.
People did keep their doctor. Here are some facts. 900,000 more people have insurance today because of the Affordable Care Act, just in Ohio alone. 200,000 people getting opioid treatment in Ohio today are getting it because they have insurance from ACA. 1 million seniors have gotten free preventive care. 100,000 seniors have saved $1,100 on their prescription drugs per year. 100,000 Ohioans who are under the age of 26 are getting insurance on their parents' plan. Those are facts. Sometimes people fall through the cracks. That's what we want to fix. I want to hear those stories from people like you about why you didn't get to choose your doctor. I want to fix that. But you don't take insurance away from 900,000 people and destabilize the insurance market, because you can bet if the Congress would pass what the House committee passed last night, insurance rates would spike for those people that have employer insurance, not employer-sponsored insurance, not those that are in the Affordable Care Act. So that's just clearly fact. And this has benefited way more people than it's hurt.
But haven't insurance costs spiked under what?
No, insurance costs. One of the ways.
Hold on.
Easy to say. No.
Finish the statement. Are you going to tell me insurance costs haven't gone up?
Oh, of course they've gone up. But I also, Bill, back in 2008 and 9, we passed this. Insurance companies were going up, costs were going up dramatically. They have gone up significantly more slowly because of things we've done. I mean, it's easy to sit on the sidelines and say, oh, insurance costs have gone up because of Obamacare. Well, the fact is they were going up much faster until Obamacare, until the Affordable Care Act. There's still cases where they've gone up too fast, and the main reason for that is we haven't been able to attract enough young, healthy people into the insurance pool to keep costs under control. But
so how do we change that?
Everything bad in the insurance company, everything. But
how do we change that, sir? How do we get younger people in then?
Well, we give more subsidies to those. So if they're lower income, they want to get insurance. Maybe you increase the penalty if they don't buy insurance, so that they get in the pool. I mean, this isn't an easy thing. I acknowledge that. I ultimately would like to see Medicare for all. I think that's the best way to cover everybody. Congress wouldn't pass that 10 years ago. Medicare works for people over 65. I think it could work for the whole population. That's not the debate we're having in this Congress, but the debate we are having is that. I mean, I don't know how you defend that bill last night when you've been on this raid. People in your station for years have said, "How come the Democrats passed these bills too fast?" Well, this bill passed is it's only 2 days old. Nobody saw it. Nobody knows how much it costs. Congressional Budget Office hasn't even had time to figure any of that out, and they're going to try to jam it through. And I would like to see conservative radio start to criticize their brethren, and they're almost all brethren in Congress. They're brethren on that behavior, but I don't expect to hear that, Bill.
Wasn't Nancy Pelosi the one that said we had to pass it to know what's in it?
Yeah, I knew you'd go back to that. That was taken out of context. That's fine.
What did she say?
What about now?
What did she say then?
Well, the whole statement was you're going to have to go back to look and see all the details. I don't remember exactly. Okay, say she said it exactly as you say. Criticize her, but criticize this crowd now who has jammed this bill without anybody reading it. Go ahead, say it.
I'm not going to criticize him. You got to start somewhere. I just had.
Well, you start somewhere by let's see how much it costs. Let's see how many people lose their coverage. Don't do it in 24 hours. You can't criticize that, huh?
Sir, I'm not here to criticize. I'm here to try.
Well, you are sometimes, depending on what letter is after their name, whether it's a D or an R. I mean, really.
Really? Okay. All right, sir, I appreciate your time. I've got to run. Thank you. Senator Sherrod, interesting. Senator Sherrod Brown. I thought that we always had a good relationship, and I try my best to go back and forth at the end of the week. I get equal complaints, but evidently he doesn't think that way, and I'm sorry he feels that way.